Good day, Central Illinois. It's 8:01 on this Thursday. I'm Mark Welp.
And I'm Allie Reed alongside Zach Hatcher. Lauren and Shelby have a few days off, but holding down the fort here today.
They abandoned us.
They abandoned us.
No, they didn't abandon us. They'll be back. Don't you say that.
Yes, they will be back. So earlier on WMBD this morning, we were talking about how Midway Airport, south of Chicago, has been named the worst big airport, I guess, in the country.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that you've flown, but you've only flown one time.
Yep, just once, and it was about 1.5, 2 years ago, something like that. People were jumping out of the planes, Mark.
Really?
Yes.
I hope you were skydiving.
I don't believe you. We'll explain this. You have to go into detail now.
Okay, well, the people jumping out were skydiving.
Okay.
And they asked me if I wanted to go, and I'm like, are you kidding me? This is the first time flying. You want to invite
Wait,
me
are
to
you
that
being,
kind of
you're
thing?
being actually serious?
Yeah.
Were you doing it for a story?
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Okay.
Plot twist,
Okay.
Gotcha.
So that makes a little bit more sense. You weren't actually traveling to a destination. You were, I don't know if a lot of our viewers know where you had worked prior to this. Do you want to fill them in really quickly about that?
Yeah, it was in the Mississippi Delta. I was there for a couple of years. The people jumping out of the planes were the Golden Knights, so it was a military thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it a big military plane? Like a
was-
cargo carrier type thing, or?
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that big of a plane.
Because I know when I went skydiving, the plane was really small. I mean, I was more afraid of flying in that airplane than I wanted to get the heck out of there. I wanted to jump out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for your first experience flying, period, that had to be strange.
Yeah, the first thing they did was open the door, so I'm thinking, okay, this isn't going to go very well.
Yeah.
And I was sitting by the door, too, next to another journalist, and I think she was just clinging to her seat.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame her. I'd probably be doing the same, to be honest.
So I'm not going to ask you if you're afraid to fly, but do you have reservations about flying, or you just haven't had the opportunity, or you don't care?
I never cared, but if I had the opportunity in the future, I would. I'd fly at least one more time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I get very nervous. I mean, I've talked about it on the show a few times. I freak out when it comes to, I mean, I just booked a flight that I'm not going on until October, and I'm already freaking out about it now. I mean, I literally, I'm not kidding you, I will have, leading up the few days prior, really, it's just the few days prior to me taking off on a flight, I'll have really bad nightmares to the point where I'll wake up in the middle of the night as if the plane is crashing.
No.
And I say that so seriously because I really do get nervous. And I never used to be afraid. This is like a recent thing. Only the past couple months.
Happened?
Yeah.
I think, honestly, Boeing maybe? I don't know. I feel like we talk a little bit about it more in the news.
Yeah.
And maybe saying it more.
The 737s that were
It has
grounded.
just been like freaking me out a little bit more.
So you're afraid of crashing?
I think so. Like nosediving particularly, which is what the whole Boeing situation was. And I don't know why, but my nightmare is always, here we go, we're taking a dip.
So what if you take a nap on the plane and you're not part of the flight for the most part because you're asleep?
Could you take a nap on the plane?
I mean, I've tried, but even when I do that, I've taken naps on planes and I wake up in a panic.
Oh,
And
boy.
I don't think anyone wants anyone around me to have to worry about that because then they'll just be anxious. And I don't need anxious people around me.
Not sitting you next to the emergency exit, that's for sure.
Definitely not.
All right.
All right, well, in other news, let's bring the spirits back up here.